All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever happen to be watching this. My name is Billy Olpen, and I'm going to be the one that help you get through this class. I've been teaching this class for 7 years now, so pretty got it down pretty good. I'll let you know this is my first time using this recording technique, so I may trip a few times. Just bear with me, but we'll get through it. So. Uh, Welcome, and that's what this video is, just to welcome you to the class. I'm going to walk you through the structure of the class, how you access the materials, how we're going to proceed, and it shouldn't take very long, but I want to make sure everybody knows how to get what they need. So this is obviously the Canvas page, the home page you've gotten here. If you're seeing this video, you've gotten this far already. So you know about that. And then we have these buttons down here. This one will take you to the syllabus. Are my buttons going to work? Anyway, we'll take care of that. Believe me, it works on Canvas. And obviously the introduction video doesn't work yet because we're making it right now. Okay? So all the material, this book, we're going to start. There's no book for this class. All the materials you're going to need are posted in Canvas. I put everything up there, including the notes that I use for my lectures. So you'll be able to go back and review all that stuff. You'll be able to review these recordings. And then, of course, I'm always available for questions. All right. So I'm not going to read word for word, but we're going to go through the class a little bit. So everything you need is really in the modules, right? And this is not complete yet, but this is a good start, right? So like I said, here's the syllabus. And so all the basic information. Here's my contact information. Here's my office hours, right? This is the section. Hopefully everybody's in the right place. And it's all the basic, same material that's in every syllabus, right? But here we go. There's no textbook required, as I said, but this is the textbook on the open educational resources that I use to put the materials together. You probably don't want to look at this textbook because it's much more complicated, and what I got it posted up here is broken down into much plainer English. But feel free to take a look at it if you like. And I'll post another thing in the modules that will have all the references that I use, so you can access any of the materials that I access to put the class together. Okay. What you are going to need is a calculator. You don't need any. All it needs to do is add, subtract, multiply, divide, and square root. That's the only thing you need to do. You can find them at the 99-cent store. You can find them by the cash register at Office Depot. It shouldn't cost you more than like $2 or something. So don't go out and buy a big calculator unless you plan on doing a lot more math classes. All right. So I don't know why you're here. I don't know if this is your first class. I don't know if you think this is easier than Math 12, so you came here. I don't know if this is your first stats class or your last stats class, but I can get you through this class. If you're willing to do the work, I can get you through this class so you can meet your math requirement. Trust me. Okay. You just need to put in the work. All right. This is about all the work we're going to do. Like I said, I'm not going to read this word to word for you, but you can do that on your own or not. This is what you really want to know about, right? So the class is broken up into 5 units. Each unit has a worksheet assignment, a project, and an exam. All right. The worksheets are worth 50 points apiece for a total of 250. Projects are 50 points apiece for a total of 250. The exams are 100 points apiece for a total of 1,000 points. And that's what you'll be graded on. You also have the opportunity for 50 points of extra credit. So the library does workshops for researching plagiarism, how to use the library, how to write some papers. So any of those workshops, you can attend up to 5 of them. Every certificate you send me that you completed a workshop, I will give you 10 points. So you can gain up to 50 points of extra credit. All right. So this is it. This is in big red letters because I do not accept late assignments. The assignments are open for you on Sunday, right, at midnight. You have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to complete them. It never fails. I get an email Friday night at 10 o'clock, which I don't usually read until Monday or Sunday, and telling me that the internet went down or I had to work late, whatever the case may be. That is on you. I'm not going to accept responsibility for that. You had 6 days to complete it. If you wait until Friday night, which most of you do, and something goes wrong, it's on you. Okay, so I do not extend assignments. I just want to make that perfectly clear. Okay. As I said, it's organized in 5 units, 1,000 points possible total. So 900 to 1,000 get you an A, 800 to 900 get you 801 to 900 get you a B, 701 to 800 get you a C. And you don't want to get below that, right? Because D's and F's don't help. So basically, and you'll be able to check your grades in Canvas and see where you're at. You all know how to do that. Here's our schedule. Right, so the class starts. There's you want you to read the syllabus, look at the basic math review, which I'll show you in a minute, and then you have to sign what I have is a learning agreement, which tells me you read the syllabus, you understand how the class goes, you understand about the fact that there's no late assignments, and you agree to do the work, and on and on. You read the contract. I'm not going to read it to you. I'm sure you all know how to read. Right. So then we get started the next week. Unit 1 is very short. It really doesn't even have any math in it yet, but very little, and it's just a demonstration. So that's 1 week, and then the following week you're going to have your test on that, and your worksheets are due. Your worksheets are due at the end of every unit, right? Your project is due the following week when we start the new unit. So that's how this works through the entire schedule. You'll see, right? So we finish unit 1. The next week is the exam. Your worksheet is due. We start unit 2. Your project for unit 1 is due. We have 2 weeks open for unit 2 because it's a little bit longer, right? We're starting to get into deeper math. But the same thing. After those 2 weeks for you to work on it and work with me, then you have your exam. Your worksheet is due. We start the next unit the following week, your project is due, and on, all the way through. It's the same all the way through. And finals week, you're just going to have the exam on unit 5. I don't do a comprehensive final. I don't feel the need for it. The truth is, you guys, when you leave this class, you're never going to do this math like this again. This is just so you get an understanding of how the math works. After this, you'll be using software and much bigger calculators if you continue. So I don't worry about you like remembering this stuff. And all of us have a book of computations that we use. So, so anyway, don't worry about that. There's no comprehensive final. It's just your Unit 5 exam. Okay? These are your important days, right? So class starts basically on the 18th, which is a Friday, but I just assume nobody's going to start till Monday, the 21st. But here's your last day to drop with the full refund, September 1st. September 4th is your last day to drop without a W, and 10/16 is your last day to drop with a W. After that, you're going to get a grade. And if you're not in class or whatever you decide to drop out, you're going to end up with an F. All right, so pay attention. Um, don't drop. I promise you, I can get you through this class. Okay. These are the policies. You either seen them a lot or you haven't. You can read them at your own leisure. Okay. So that's how basically the class is put together. In here, there's going to be some more stuff here. This is a welcome letter. This is a little blurb, a paragraph about me and how I got here. But this is the meat of the class, right? So the first week, I told you there's a basic math review. This is just for you to do. You can answer the questions, do the practice problems or not. That's up to you. But these are the things you need to know to get through the class. So if there's something here you're not understanding, you need to start and coming to me right away. Okay, because this is the foundation of everything we're going to build on. All right. So I'm not going to read through this either. I'm going to let you read through on your own. Like I said, if there's anything you don't understand, and basically it's just like I said, it's very simple math. It's nothing complicated here. We're not solving for a lot of unknowns. We're not doing the two trains headed to each other at 40 and 80 miles. Like none of that stuff. Right? You're gonna get pretty much have everything you need to answer a question. But please review this and make sure you have no questions. Okay. Then when we start doing a module, it'll look like this. And I have posted my notes, right, for this. And these are the same notes that I use to lecture from. Obviously, I don't capture every word that I say in the lecture, and I'll be talking and rambling on or doing something. But basically, this is every topic I'm going to talk about. So for Unit 1, like I said, it's very short. We're going to talk about some basic research stuff because that's what this class is about, and that's what statistics is about. I'm going to show you where the definitions are, and I have a list of symbols that we're going to use in the class. Hopefully it's comprehensive, but I may have missed a few, and somewhere down the line we'll catch it if it's in the class and we're using it. Then we're just going to talk about levels of measurement. I'll explain all this, and we're going to learn about frequency distributions. And that's basically Unit 1 to get us started. That's why I said we only do this for 1 week because it's very short and very simple, right? Then anything you need for the unit is here. So like I said, here's a page of the definitions that I referred to, and I will refer to in my lecture. Anecdotal information, scientific method, quantitative versus qualitative, descriptive statistics, what that means, variability. So these are all the terms we'll be using in the class. Anytime you need to, you can refer back to this. Okay? So, like I said, everything you need for a unit will be in here. It's not complete yet because obviously I haven't finished posting everything, but it's all going to be here when you need it. Same thing, this is just a page of all the symbols that we will be using, all right? Represent frequency, number of subjects, percentage, square root, the variables, the Greek symbols for the sum of, standard deviation. So all of that we will get explained to you during the course of my lecture. So don't worry about it. If you don't need to know what it means. All it means right now. All right. So that's basically how we work. I'm available for office hours if you need to meet. I'm typically available Mondays 9 to 10, but if that doesn't work for you, I'm more than willing to make arrangements to meet another time. I'll respond to emails once a day, typically at the end of the day, but I don't necessarily respond on the weekends. I may or may not. It's just whatever might be happening at the time. So, that's about it. As always, I'm going to tell you if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, email me right away. like I said, I can get you through this class. I don't know about your math anxiety. I don't know about how many times you've taken math 12 or anything like that. And it doesn't matter to me. I can tell you this is a simple class if you let it be. It gets a little complex at the end, but the math is simple. So if you reach out for help when you need it, we'll get you through. So good luck. I hope you enjoy it.